go ahead.
Right.
What is a modern interpretation of the text? Halfway between what it really means and what you think it means? This quote by Antonin Scalia, exemplified in Brainy quotes, exemplifies the main issue of the Supreme Court, interpretation, specifically of the Constitution. This informative speech is about Antonin Scalia, his background, significant ruling, and stances about controversial constitutional issues. Scalia has been a prominent figure throughout his lifetime. Antonin was born on March 11, 1936 in Trenton, New Jersey. He went to Xavier High School in Manhattan, a military school run by the Jesuit Order of the Catholic Church, where conservatism and deep religious conviction was further developed. He spent a lot of time on Georgian schoolwork, finishing first in his class. He then left Georgetown University and moved to Harvard Law School, where he met his wife, Maureen. His father, Salvador Uguin, was a major influence in his life, providing him with much of his core values of conservatism, hard work, and discipline that he exhibits as an adult today. He became a practicing lawyer in the 1960s, worked in public service in the 70s, and became part of President Ronald Reagan's Court of Appeals, where he took oath of office in 1982, as stated by the Legal Information Institute. In the immediate aftermath of the Watergate scandal in 1974, Scalia was appointed Assistant Attorney General for the Office of Legal Counsel. In 1986, the President confirmed him as Associate Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. While having an impressive background, Scalia has also had some significant rulings throughout his career. He argued his first and only case before the U.S. Supreme Court in London Incorporated versus Republic of Cuba on behalf of the U.S. government and won the case. He also testified before congressional committees on behalf of the Ford administration over executive privilege. Jeffrey Rosen, the legal affair editor of the New Republic, states that Scalia is known to have the smartest, wittiest ruling of all time, and was at his finest in criticizing the court over its approval of DNA swabs. As stated by Biography.com, Scalia is considered one of the more prominent legal thinkers of his generation. To the public eye, he's considered blunt, accused of allowing his conservative views to influence his legal judgment, and comes off as combative. He adheres to the judicial philosophy of originalism, which simply holds that the Constitution should be interpreted in terms of what it meant to those who ratified it over 2 centuries ago. This is in direct conflict with the more commonly held view that the Constitution is a living document, allowing courts to take into account the views of contemporary society. He views that the Constitution is not supposed to felicitate change, but to impede change to citizens' basic fundamental rights and responsibilities. Scalia believes the place for implementing change is in the legislature, where the will of the people is represented. He also stands firm on many major core beliefs he has. He strives to limit the right to an abortion, rejecting the notion that his position is religiously motivated. He makes no apology to the accusation that his role in the case Bush versus Gore handed the 2000 election to George W. Bush. No matter what stance is being portrayed, even critics have to agree that he is categorized as the intellectual anchor of the court conservative majority. In Center for Individual Freedom, CFIF, Scalia states that, "My Constitution is a very flexible Constitution. You think the death penalty is a good idea? Persuade your fellow citizen and adopt it. You think it's a bad idea? Persuade them the other way and eliminate it. You want a right to an abortion? Create it the way most rights are created as a democratic society. Persuade your fellow citizen it's a good idea and enact it. You want the opposite? Persuade them the other way." That's flexibility. But to read either result into the Constitution is not to produce flexibility, it is to produce what a Constitution is designed to produce, rigidity. So, for whatever reason you might like the Constitution, don't like it, the living Constitution, don't like it because it provides flexibility. On the issues, exemplifies his conservative views. While Scalia strongly favors issues such as the absolute right to gun ownership, keeping God in the public sphere, and school choice, he strongly opposes abortion as a woman's unrestricted right, same-sex marriage, and citizenship for illegal aliens. From Reagan to the present, Scalia has had a major impact on the rulings of the Supreme Court. His childhood set him up for success in the legal realm to produce significant rulings, as well as hold his ground on controversial stances. No matter what stance he has, one thing remains for sure. Antonin Scalia is a force to be reckoned with.
There we go.